Welcome to Think Tech on OC16, Hawaii's weekly newscast on things that matter to tech and to Hawaii. I'm Maryann Sasaki.
And I'm Elise Anderson.
Our show this time will take us to the opening day of HACC, the Hawaii Annual Code Challenge in the HPU Multipurpose Room at Aloha Tower.
The challenge is being presented by the State Office of Enterprise Technology and will run from August 27th through September 24th.
The purpose of the challenge is to bring local talent together to develop tools and applications to provide enhanced government services to the public. It is intended to provide opportunities for students to network and show off their skills to both public and private sector communities.
This challenge is intended to take the traditional hackathon model to a new level. It's based on the concept of a hackathon, but it goes way beyond that and is unprecedented in Hawaii.
Traditional hackathons are sponsored by industry or nonprofit organizations and go around the clock for a day or a weekend. Here, the development period is much longer, a month, and here, the moving force and primary beneficiary is the government itself.
We knew about the challenge in advance because Think Tech had a talk show with some of the organizers of the event a week or two earlier.
What is HACC?
So it stands for Hawaii Annual Code Challenge, and this is the first year that we're doing it. We purposely put in annual because we want this to continue. And really what it is challenging our developers community and our high-tech community to help us solve state problems. And so this idea came about where the governor and I were judges at the AT&T Hackathon. So it's based on a hackathon type timeline where, you know, the developers are presented a set of questions or a set of problems to solve, and usually a hackathon is a 24 or 48-hour period where they develop and come up with an application to solve that specific problem. And so the governor, like I said, the governor and I were the judges at the AT&T Hackathon, and Gov just looked at me and said, we should do this for the entire state. And I said, you know what, that would be a great idea.
The question does present itself, Pankaj. I mean, why are you here? You guys, you know each other, you're friends, you decided to come down and spend the afternoon together. What is it?
Yes, I think all of the above. Todd has been an instrumental partner in our efforts to streamline some of the service delivery models that we have for human services. As you know, Department of Human Services, we provide benefits and services to almost 50% of the Hawaii's children, and 1 in 4 of all Hawaii's residents, from financial assistance to medical to food benefits, child care benefits, child protective services, adult protective services, and vocational rehabilitation services, housing, and services for at-risk youth. So for all of this, we also need a very robust enterprise type of approach to our IT. And with Todd's help and leadership, we have been able to put in play DHS Enterprise System.
The opening day of the challenge drew a full house of experienced and not so experienced programmers who want to accept the challenge, join the teams, and jump into some creative coding. The enthusiasm was palpable. What fun for such a group of hardy and dedicated programmers.
Burt Lum, the MC of the program, gave the welcome and spoke of the importance of partnership between government and community. Ryan Ozawa, his partner on Bite Marks on Hawaii Public Radio, also spoke. And we heard from Todd Nacapuy, the Chief Information Officer of the state.
First off, I wanted to say thank you for all of you folks coming out on a Saturday morning and giving up your time to create some civic tech, do some innovation, do some brainstorming, collaborate, and I'm really hopeful for the things that are going to come out as a result of this. Okay, so first off, I want to introduce my partner in crime, Ryan Ozawa. You might recognize him because of his distinctive look. But of course, you know, we both have sort of a face for radio.
This event is being live streamed, so all of these humiliating moments and glory moments for everyone else will be saved in perpetuity for everybody online. If you go to the official website at hacc.hawaii.gov, you'll be able to see the live stream there, and then that will take you to the YouTube channel where you can see all of these sessions saved, in particular, the pitches that are coming up.
We really think that this is a great opportunity for civic engagement. And for those of you who are not coders or developers, there's going to be opportunities for you too to join some of these teams and really engage and coming up with some solutions to solve a lot of our government problems.
Then we had opening remarks by Governor David Ige calling on the tech community to help in the modernization of state government.
I am committed to creating a better, more robust development community in Hawaii. I really believe that it is essential to the well-being of our community and our economy going forward. And what better way than to lead by example. I'm disappointed that I couldn't come dressed as a hacker today because I was informed that as governor I'm no longer allowed to do that. But I wish that I had my jeans and t-shirts, or shorts actually, and t-shirt on so I could be a part of what you are doing. Thank you for bringing your energy and enthusiasm to this very first hackathon. And I just want you to know that whether we have one next year or not is really going to be dependent on each and every one of you and how engaged you can be to really help us move forward in a way that I think allows us to deliver better services to our community.
After Governor Ige, we heard from Garrett Yoshimi, Vice President for Information Technology and Chief Information Officer of the University of Hawaii.
When I walked in this morning, I was telling a couple of the staff guys, this is really great. I heard you guys had over 200 people signed up, and he immediately corrected me and said there were 336 signed up as of early this morning. So fantastic, fantastic turnout. I'm actually really excited. I saw some of my friends and also some of the guys that work for me in the audience today, so super cool. We're very excited to see what some of the outcomes look like, and hopefully we can actually get to maybe not only productive outcomes, but maybe also some commercialization of stuff that comes out of the event and drive forward some of the business and innovation opportunities that you guys can bring to the table.
Then there were a number of so-called challenge pitches identifying problems and needs where programmers could get together, form teams, and develop solutions to help the state.
The first challenge pitch called for a solution involving OCCC visitation scheduling. It was presented by Denise Johnson and Erin Loredo of the State Department of Public Safety.
Oahu Community Correctional Center is the largest jail in the state of Hawaii. Currently, we have 950 bed spaces with a head count of over 1,300 detainees. Each detainee can have 12 visitors on a list. Currently, we have over 8,000 approved visitors.
Some of the challenges that the staff face are that we're scheduling 55 visits a day, 7 days a week, so that's up to 385 visits in 1 week. The staff are overtaxed. That's not their only job. They have to do grievances, process mail, and answer a lot of other questions and phone calls. During those phone calls for the visit scheduling, they have to answer a lot of information and verification of whether they're approved visitors, whether or not the person has had a visit already. We want to make sure that the wife and the girlfriend aren't going to come visit the same day. And we want
Imagine waking up about 4 or 5 a.m. to take a bus all the way from the North Shore to the jail, only to find out at 8 o'clock in the morning that you are not going to come in. These are some of the challenges that visitors can face. They're going to get delayed or turned away because they don't know the dress code, they don't have the proper documentation with them, or they haven't come on time. When they call in to schedule visits, I only have one phone line I'm working with. So at 10 to 15 minutes per phone call, and it's constantly going to be busy for them, and that's frustrating. And then when they finally get through, only to find out we have stopped taking scheduling for the day or we're off.
What are the challenges for the inmate? Well, they get frustrated if they don't have contact with their loved ones. They're isolated, and their frustration can be taken out on each other, on the staff, on their family when they make their phone calls, and it helps them to have resocialization. So if they aren't having the visit, they're not connecting with their families.
We need a way to efficiently do the scheduling process that will reduce the visitor frustration, that will help the staff, and also to promote positive socialization for our detainees.
So please help us, help the public, help the staff, and help the inmates have a more streamlined, efficient, less frustrating visiting process.
The next challenge pitch called for a solution involving Hawaii's farmers markets. It was presented by Helen Okamura of the State Department of Agriculture.
For you, the public, of course, is a one-stop shop to find your information, and maybe to engage them more, you can allow public input, like allow them to rate the farmers markets or provide comments. And this would be also helpful to the organizers to how to improve their farmers market. And of course, for the department, easier way to keep the information up to date and provide administrative functions and to connect to the farmer market organizations. The data is available, like I said, on data.hawaii.gov and also at the GitHub. So join the movement, let's encourage buy local, and it matters, and sign up for Farmers Market.
The challenge pitch after that called for a solution involving made in Hawaii products. It was also presented by Helen Okamura.
Basically, the goal of our challenge is to grow Hawaii's agriculture, food, and products industry by connecting local, national, and international buyers to our local companies. The challenge to you would be to create an easy way to facilitate that change, or that connection, where the vendors can easily put in their information, not only their company information, but what products they sell, what categories, are they certified organic? Also for vendors to be easily to update those products, and also we're looking at maybe where they're actually sold. That would help our local buyers. And of course, for the buyer side, whether they're local, national, or international, to be able to do a search. They want to find an organic farm that grows papayas on Oahu. And they would able to find that maybe not only where the farm is, but maybe where those actual products are sold.
Then there was a challenge pitch calling for a solution on jobs for disabled citizens. It was presented by Jessica Worster of the State Department of Health.
For the last 15 years, I've had the privilege of working with people with significant intellectual and developmental disabilities, overcome obstacles, and find integrated competitive employment. I say it's a privilege because when you see somebody get that first job, have coworkers, and start living a life they've always dreamed, you never want to stop. I want you to help me put a tool into the hands of the job seeker with developmental disabilities that they can use, they control, to track their skills that they acquire, to encourage them to acquire more skills, to help them have access to their transportation, help them with Q&A questions. Maybe it's a forum. I don't know what this looks like, but I know it's definitely needed. And I know with your help, we can change that little teeny number in the state of Hawaii and move it right on up the scale.
This was followed by 2 challenge pitches calling for solutions on homelessness. These were presented by Kimo Carvalho of the Institute for Human Services and Scott Morishige, State Homeless Coordinator.
Can you help homeless outreach teams, which is run by providers like IHS, actually respond efficiently to your referrals being inputted into IHS or into some kind of database that allows us to actually know who they are, where they are, and how we can actually respond effectively and efficiently? There's actually a very high demand. This last year, we received more referrals than any other fiscal year prior. And currently, we get referrals from emails, we use our website, we promote phone numbers. We actually been receiving a lot of community referrals from hospitals, medical centers, businesses like security guards, hotels, condos, parking lot, security types. But basically, information is coming from so many different sources, and it's nowhere as it's central. It's actually not going into a central database, and there's actually currently no mobile tools available to actually equip you, the community, to actually provide us with real-time information that allows us to respond real-time.
Hawaii has the highest per capita rate of homelessness in the nation. It's a problem that's not just isolated here to Honolulu, so those on the neighbor islands who are watching, this is something that impacts every county, every island. So here's just some data from the 2016 point-in-time count. On any given night in Hawaii, there's about 7,900 people that are homeless in our community, and a little more than half are unsheltered, meaning they're living on the street, sidewalks, or beaches. That's about 4,300 people statewide. And while we've made a lot of great progress, I think, especially over the past year in addressing homelessness, this number of unsheltered persons in our community has been increasing slightly over the past few years. So as a result, this situation where you see someone, on the sidewalk, someone in need, is something that's unfortunately becoming more common. And when members of the public, members of the community run into this situation, they ask themselves, well, who do you call? What do you do, right? What are the options? So our vision is just quick connection to help and housing. We want to make sure that the response that comes back is one that quickly connects people to homeless outreach, so outreach providers like IHS can respond immediately. We want to make sure that there's a coordinated response. So it's not just outreach, but government is responding as well. Because a lot of time that's the public's expectation. We want to make sure that the appropriate agencies respond to the table. So it's not just service providers that are responding.
After that, we heard a challenge pitch calling for a solution on the age-friendly initiative. This was presented by Garrett Nakata of the City and County of Honolulu Department of Community Services.
The question really is, how can our older adults find out about programs, health services, classes in their neighborhood? How can community members enter information about new classes and events? And how can you, the community, provide feedback on these events? We really want something like a Yelp application where an older person, like my father or like your kupuna, can go on and say, I need to know about who can provide me care right now with the onset of dementia. You know what they're worried about? You know what they're really worried about? They're worried about not being burdens on us.
Finally, there was a challenge pitch calling for a solution on the initiative for school-age children. This was presented by Leila Kagawa of the Office of Enterprise Technology.
We wanted to give the elementary, middle school, and high school students the opportunity to come up with something that maybe they're passionate about. So we're going to do an open challenge that's just for school age children. So if you know anybody that's going to form a team, and we came up with some ideas that we'll put on the GitHub site, but anything that they're interested in, like rating school lunches, what's going to be on the menu for the day.
DevLeague, a local computer training school, then made presentations about what could be done and how. The speakers included Jason Sewell, co-founder of the school, and graduates Andrew Sasaki, my husband, and Vincent Newkirk.
Today's our graduation, and we started off about 3 months ago. None of us really knew a lot about coding, but we knew it was something that we're all interested in. And we knew that we started off, we had a lot of questions. What can I expect out of this? What kind of skills am I going to learn? What's the market for those skills? Now, 3 months later, we came out and were able to build these great apps and everything like that. So for our project, we found a survey of people who are just learning how to code. And we decided to do data visualization of this.
In the afternoon, there were several training sessions to warm up the participants and prepare them for the development month to come.
If the question is, do we have the professionals and mentors necessary to support challenges like this? On opening day, it sure seemed that we do.
At the moment, many large businesses go to the mainland for development of their applications. We've got to change that. We've got to show those companies that our IT development community is committed and has what it takes.
It's also encouraging that the people involved are willing to spend the time and share their knowledge with others. We need to teach each other to connect up in industry.
The vitality of the group and the ideas the teams came up with for their projects is good cause for optimism about the success of the challenge and the likelihood that it will result in solutions that will have value for the state and could make money too.
The seriousness of the challenge, combined with the month-long obligation involved and the size of the crowd on opening day, all suggest that there is a dawning among the millennials and others that reflects a growing awareness of the importance of IT to the community, to them, and to the future of our state.
The important thing is to build confidence among our budding community of IT developers and make them see there are applications that can and should be developed by local developers for local companies to solve local problems. It's about time we developed that confidence and found our way to a competent and productive IT industry. And now, let's take a look at our ThinkTech calendar of events going forward.
Remember, you can watch ThinkTech on OC16 several times every week to stay current on what's happening in government and in communities around the islands. So much is going on in Hawaii, and ThinkTech will take you there.
Remember also that ThinkTech broadcasts its daily talk shows live on the internet from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays, and then we broadcast our earlier shows all night long. and some people listen to them all night long.
If you missed a show, or if you want to replay or share any of our shows, they're all archived on demand on thinktechhawaii.com and YouTube. For our audio stream, go to thinktechhawaii.com/radio.
Visit thinktechhawaii.com for our weekly calendar and live stream and YouTube links, or better yet, sign up on our email list to get the daily docket of our upcoming shows.
ThinkTech has a high-tech green screen studio at Pioneer Plaza. If you want to see it or be part of our live audience, or if you want to participate in our programs, contact Jay at thinktechhawaii.com. Help us raise public awareness on ThinkTech.
Go ahead, give us a thumbs up on YouTube, or send us a tweet at ThinkTechHI. We'd like to know how you feel about the issues and events that affect our lives in Hawaii. We want to stay in touch with you, and we want you to stay in touch with us. Let's think together.
If you'd like to speak out on an issue or event, you can. We love the First Amendment. We love hearing from our viewers. You can come down to our Speaker's Corner and make a video statement on the web. See thinktechhawaii.com.
And you can call in and join our talk shows live. While you're watching any of our shows, you can call in at 415-871-2474 and pose a question or make a comment.
Have you taken our survey? We put regular surveys on our website, thinktechhawaii.com. Take a look and take our survey today.
And now here are this week's Think Tech commentaries.
Kudos to those who have supported the infamous Bill 36 in our esteemed City Council. They have managed to stand in the way of the most advanced technology in the world from providing better and cheaper transportation for the people of Honolulu. Where Uber and Lyft are using the most elegant, equitable, and inexpensive systems for getting people around and minimizing congestion in our city, there are those, including the City Council, who want to hang on to the old taxicab model, undermining any possibility of real progress in urban transportation. It's nice to know that the City Council and our city government in general can go backward at such a breakneck speed. It's nice to know that we can reject such beneficial innovation without blinking an eye. It's nice to know that we can disregard 3,000 driver jobs without hardly thinking. It's nice to know that we can politicize yet another public service, all to the damage and detriment of the public. Who will stand up for Uber? Who will stand up for Lyft? These are the guys who can give us, who are giving us, the gift of a better city. These are the people who have such great promise and prospect in making transportation work in Honolulu and elsewhere. The old taxicab industry can't stand the competition. It's not noble, right, or fair to Uber and Lyft or to us, the public, who need better transportation so badly. It's not noble, right, or fair, but it's the way things are apparently being done in Hawaii. Of course, it's only a matter of time before this is all made clear to everyone, but by then it may be too late. Fact is that the old guard is standing in our way and damaging our future. Are they serious that the people driving Uber and Lyft cars are dangerous? Ever take a drive with Uber and Lyft? They are us. We are them. They are friendly and upbeat, actually more so than the average taxi driver. and they are better equipped to get us around the city. They do very well, and their prices are significantly cheaper. Can't we all see this for the reality of it? The proponents of Bill 36 would have us believe that Uber and Lyft drivers need to be vetted, but they are already vetted by Uber and Lyft. Do we really need more bureaucracy here? If the proponents of Bill 36 want to do something constructive, they should lobby to reduce the amount of bureaucracy that affects all taxi drivers. That would be better for everyone. Yes, if you care about our lives together in this city, or if you care about its future, write to your city council members and let them know your views. And I don't mean kudos. This is a Think Tech Commentary. I'm Jay Fidell.
We'll be right back to wrap up this week's edition of Think Tech. But first, we want to thank our underwriters.
Okay, Elise, that wraps up this week's edition of Think Tech. Remember, you can watch Think Tech on OC16 several times every week. Can't get enough of it? Just like Elise does. For additional times, check out OC16.tv.
For lots more Think Tech videos and for underwriting and sponsorship opportunities on Think Tech, visit thinktechhawaii.com. Be a guest or a host, a producer or an intern, and help us reach and have an impact on Hawaii.
Thanks for being part of our Think Tech family and supporting our open discussion of tech, energy, diversification, and globalism in Hawaii. You can watch this show throughout the week and tune in next Sunday evening for our next important weekly episode. I'm Maryann Sasaki.
And I'm Elise Anderson. Aloha, everyone.